Hi there, this is Suzanne Wagner. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the numerology and the astrology for July 14th, 2020. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 16. And if you add the 1 and the 6 together, you get the number 7. The number 7 is about boundaries, strategies, structures. It's about understanding the steps that it takes in order to create manifestation. And having a dream is one thing, but addressing the details and the minutiae that you have to do in order to manifest those dreams is oftentimes way more extensive than you realize when you start out, which is probably good because naivete is fantastic because you have this dream and you get super excited about it and you jump into it, and then all of a sudden you go, oh my gosh, like there is so much work that I have to do and all these steps, and if I had known I was going to have to do all these steps, I probably would have never done it. So, when you have a number 7 in your numerological spread, which you can find on my web pages, and if you have a session with me, you can get a copy of my numerology book in a PDF format. And then I also have a numerology class that is free online on my YouTube channel. It's really important that you figure out structures that consistently and stably work for you. And I remember I've got double 7s in my numbers, like you didn't figure that out already. So the 7 is a number that requires a tremendous attention to detail, and it requires a due diligence, and it requires a type of discipline in order to get something done. And people are like, oh my gosh, you spend so much time and energy and have so much discipline to put these things out every day. And it is a certain type of mental framework that you recognize that you have to do certain things and you have to get them out there. And it's how you build integrity, impeccability, commitment, and follow through is in the attention to the details. So while this number is all about working through the details and patterns that are presenting at this time, and while you might be noticing that it seems monumental, it just seems monumental, because there are just so many numerous things that are a problem, and how can you possibly get all of them done? And I'm like, well, so many are grappling with things that are coming at them so fast and in waves that understanding the pattern so that you can anticipate it seems impossible, which is what we used to be able to do, but the universe has sped up. And the Mayan, the Tibetan, and the Hopi calendars all indicated that after 2011, 12, and 13, everything was going to be rapidly accelerating. And, you can feel it. It's almost like you're feeling a G-force as you're speeding up and trying to figure out how to move your hand with this G-force that's pulling you backwards. So anticipating it is impossible. That's why I just do what presents as it comes up. No delays, no avoidance. Just do what is right in front of you that you need to do. That is a healthy strategy. A bill comes in, pay it right away. Don't delay it. Tax stuff is due on the 15th of July. FYI, if you haven't finished your taxes, you're going to need to write the check today. So it's sort of like to kind of, just get it done, like put it out there and get it done. At least you can put each small thing to bed and then find out how to move forward. So it's okay to feel that you're not on top of everything. It is okay to not do things perfectly. It is okay to have to figure things out alone and without adequate help. And while the end result is not exact, it has taught you a lot in its own way. It is perfect because of that. So I remember when I was working on publishing my books, and it was like, HTML code and JavaScript and all these things that as a psychic I am not, and navigating Quark and InDesign, and these things are not my forte. These are not my best things. But when you just consistently say yes, and you consistently just keep trying to move forward, you eventually get the hang of some things and you get into a routine of some things, and you know what you need to do. So my joke with my accountant many years ago when she was saying, okay, we need to put you on, a computerized system so that we can access this information in a format that makes more sense to us. I see this huge, gigantic program and I said, oh my God, I can't possibly navigate all this stuff because I'm not an accountant. I don't have the brain of an accountant. And so I called her up and I said, so you can have somebody come out here and show me only exactly what I need to input on this massive, accounting program, or you're fired. And she was like, I will have somebody out there tomorrow. I was like, great. So, again, it's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to go, I feel like I am trying to take a drink out of a hose, but it ends up being a fire hydrant. And that's what this world feels like right now. It's like this fire hydrant of information. And so just kind of know you aren't going to be perfect here. It's not going to be exact. And yet there's perfection in that because you're learning as you go along. And so you totally have to cut yourself some slack right here. And you have to be kind to you. And without self-love, we are all lost. And without self-love, we cannot learn to let others love us or love others. So take every detail one step at a time. Trust me, my house needs so much work right now because I've been so busy dealing with 5 other things. And you just have to sit down and do it. You just have to say, okay, today I'm going to do dusting, and today I'm going to vacuum, and today I'm going to mop the floor. And you just have to sit down and do these things. And while it's not pleasant, it'll actually make you feel better, and it'll make you feel as if you have a little bit control over something in this crazy world where there's no control. Okay. Astrology for today. Today you have an opportunity. Take charge of your reality or allow the chaos to infect your emotional imbalance, affect more emotional balance into your world. Healing happens when you take control. The other choice will only allow you to become a victim and experience more suffering. With Mars conjunction Chiron early in the day, expect an explosion of suppressed emotions. Hopefully that will allow for a cleansing and clearing to take place. But for some, those that need to place blame on someone or something for their experience, that same energy can become a weapon destined to inflict pain on others. The global mission right now is to address the intense problems that are dismantling societies and civilizations. With the moon in Taurus, she will try to steady the hands of those that are destined to stand up against the winds of chaos. It is only from finding the calm center of clarity that those winds will not bowl you over. Calmness is a shield against the attacks of the ignorant and those that have bought into the poison that was in the Kool-Aid that they have been drinking. Get comfortable with discomfort. Learn to stay true to your values in the face of pain shows that you cannot be turned from the paths of honor and integrity. After all, when you die, few things will allow you to transition to higher realms of consciousness. Love, integrity, kindness, and honor are some that transcend this dimension and move with you to higher dimensions. Okay, my quote for today. Learning to stay true to your values in the face of discomfort shows that you cannot be turned from the paths of honor and integrity. After all, when you die, few things will allow you to transition to higher realms of consciousness. Love, integrity, kindness, and honor are some that transcend this dimension and move with you into higher dimensions. Okay, my blog for today. While the enemy is formidable, their numbers are lacking. While conflict is troubling, living within the structures of lies is too toxic to tolerate. While battles are not desired, sometimes you are given no other choice. While the people suffer and starve, the enemy is gluttonous and unsatisfied. While the turmoil continues, it increases the resolve of the people. Freedom waits for the right moment to spring. The call for peace is a scream that cannot be silenced. Those that hear that call are preparing. Those with the courage are waiting for a sign. And when that sign comes, this world will shift, and the darkness will collapse under the weight of clarity. The light will regain the upper hand, and the shadow will slither back from whence it came. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.